Welcome back to the TimConLAN 9 dual tournament in Diabotical. Now we are at round 6 of the first group. It will be baksteen versus Vigur. First map will be Bioplant. Second map will be Pavilion, and the decided map has been decided to be Raya. And until the players get themselves ready, we can start with Bioplant. I will say before the match starts, I have actually commentated both of these players in EGWP, which hosts Diabotical tournaments pretty much every weekend for both. It started with only Europe, then it has expanded also to US, and I think even Australian players and New Zealand players. I will say baksteen, I think even Vigur have had both very successful games in EGWP. Especially baksteen has been a contender in the finals a few times, probably even won a few first places. Now we're starting on Vigur's view. Starting on the red side. Nico gets the red and the shaft gets the smoke weeball. Ricochet shotguns to no damage. Baksteen quickly retaliates after picking up the blue. Both are very low. Vigur picks up the 25, second 25. Even more 24s, but he doesn't have any armor, neither does baksteen. Red is up. That will probably be his pickup. 52 damage done to baksteen. Vigur still tries to go for some damage on a very low HP. That's very risky. 3 seconds to Mega. One blue is picked up by Vigur. Baksteen gets the Mega. Vigur only has to rely on small health pickups. Baksteen misses the rail. Vigur finally gets a pincer for himself. And baksteen, that rail was devastating. Round the corner. Vigur gets a 50. Goes in against baksteen. Just has a bit of a delay between the rockets, and baksteen gets Vigur down. Baksteen here only has one blue and 100 health to back himself up with. Mega has just spawned Vigur. Very, very high rocket jump. So with the slow field weeball, that will quickly cripple baksteen, and that will score Vigur a tying frag. Gets the red. The shaft. Second blue is not going to be in there for some time. First blue is already up. Finally, first blue. Picked up by Vigur, misses the rail, gets the Mega. Gets some slight damage around the corner against baksteen. Just a grenade a little bit. It's a very little result. Gets a rail by baksteen right across the hallway. Tries to do a defensive grenade, doesn't hit anywhere. Baksteen is also spamming them around. Vigur ends up securing the red for himself. Very good lift usage by baksteen on the Mega. Gets heavy damage, and Vigur will take him down with 11 HP remaining, 9 armor. Quickly a score for Vigur. 2 seconds for red, and that will be baksteen's. Oh, that mid-air rocket at 18 HP left on baksteen. Still gets Vigur down. Who misses his rocket to finish off baksteen for mutual frag. Doesn't end up getting it. Vigur, though, gets the Mega. Ricocheting shotgun shells don't go anywhere. Ooh, that rocket into rail. Very nice combo kill by baksteen, and gets the red for himself. And it's 4-2. Vigur has no armor to go for. It only has a spawning stack. Tries to go for a blue, but that's exactly 100 damage on 100 health from baksteen's rocket. Oh, third rail in a row. It's going to spawn. Red is Vigur's And now it's a fight for the Mega. Baksteen tries to go for it. Vigur, here's the steps, gets Baksteen with 14 HP. Two blues are still up. 60 HP left on Vigur. Gets the red, but not much health left. Baksteen, though, I think will be even more in trouble because he doesn't have any armor to begin with. Gets a blue. First blue picked up. Second blue's been just mostly ignored during this entire matchup. Finally, Vigur falls back to it. Three seconds to Mega. Vigur picking it up. 2 seconds to the first blue. Vigur trying to grenade spam it with some attempt to get some damage on Baksteen. Baksteen's not even there. Vigur falls back for the second blue. Baksteen finally gets the first one. Red is also up. Baksteen goes into it, is cornered. Caught some very nice damage. Baksteen used the lift for the Mega. 3 seconds to go for that. Slow field Weeball cripples him a little bit. Gets the Mega though. Vigur on very low HP at the same time. Falls back. First blue is up. So is the second one now. Vigur could fall back to it, but he's only got 100 HP for a push. Still goes for the push for the red there. Survives 2 rails with the red. Goes down to 20 HP, 50 armor. Oh, but gets Baksteen. Right across the hallway towards the end of the blue. It didn't even spawn yet. Should have waited a little bit. Now Baksteen has no armor. Finally gets the red. Vigur on a slightly lower stack. Not anymore. That rail will quickly put a difference. Baksteen gets the Mega. 90 damage rail by Vigur. It is 5 in a row. Baksteen goes super low from the splash damage. These are some very, very intense fights. Very even scores too. Only 5-4 for Baksteen, and he's not doing very good on stack right now. Vigur just might have a chance to tie this up. What is this? That red was picked up. 6 seconds to Mega. Second blue has not been picked up. Now it has been. I think Vigur just noticed it. 70 damage. Baksteen. 2 in a row, 75 damage by Vigur on Baksteen there. Still has control over Mega and the red. So he's got quite a stack. Vigur only is dealing with 150, 200 max stack with both blues. Finally gets the red though, now at a 300 stack. Baksteen now still tries to control Mega. Pretty much both an even stack. Three rails in a row by Vigur. Baksteen gets some very good score. 4 rails in a row by Vigur. Slow field Weeball will make Baksteen on the slightly more passive position, just trying to bombard the red area there. Slightly get some damage from Vigur, but Vigur gets a retaliating rail back. Now Baksteen. I didn't even count if Vigur missed a rail or not. That is a 7th rail in a row that does 100 damage, and now he finally misses. There we go. Baksteen at 150 stack. Vigur much more promising than that. Waiting for or rather the red has been spawned already, but just waited to hear Baksteen's steps, whether it's safe or not. Goes for the pick. Doesn't even go for the second blue, he's got way too much armor for that. But Baksteen waiting on the Mega side, and he goes down. Vigur picking up the Mega health. 5 seconds until red. It is 5-5 now. Goes for the pickup. First blue is up. Ooh, that rocket by Baksteen from above is a little bit little bit not happy that Vigur had his Mega stolen, so now he's really paying for it. 4 HP left on Vigur. 29. Ooh, baksteen barely misses that rail. Red is up. Now Vigur's stack is looking more promising. Now baksteen really catches some rail hits on Vigur there, and still is standing. 14 HP, 42 armor. Grabs a 50. Goes for a rail on baksteen, who's now even lower. 72 left. Baksteen misses a rail, so Vigur could now survive at least one. There we go. Now he picks up red. He could survive a bit more than that. Baksteen still very low on stack. Mega's up in 3. Smoke wee ball comes in the opposite side of the Mega room. First blue was picked up by Vigur. Now he's at a very promising stack. Baksteen slightly clum from his very low health stack. Vigur falling back on the armor. Now he's exactly at a 400 stack. Could make a very nice push here. So to take the lead. Here comes baksteen on the first heavy. He's completely crippled by the slow field. Vigur goes into his own slow field instead. Gets the rail hit and a few rocket damage. Falls back on the red. Baksteen has the Mega. A little bit of armor to back that up. Both hit their rails. Ooh, that is not good. That nearly hit Vigur in the face. 5 seconds for red armor. Second heavy. Oh, sorry, second blue. Picked up by Vigur. Baksteen now controlling Mega quite nicely. Ooh, catching those rockets on Vigur quite well. 3 seconds to red. Vigur knows where baksteen is. Baksteen is heavily stacked, and now he's got control of red. Gets a rail on baksteen. Slow field Weeball comes in. Very nice damage to the shaft. It's right behind the pillar. Slightly gives up looking for him, but is he actually coming out of there? Okay, let's look, and does hit the rail still. First blue, second blue for Vigur. It's a bit of a shotgun ricochet from baksteen. About a 200 stack. Very nice rail on the lift. Another one from baksteen hits Vigur. Very nice rocket splash by baksteen. Waits for the first heavy. Baksteen, I think, decides to go for a push instead. Vigur now has red, but there's still no sign of baksteen. I think he still fell back for the first blue. Yes, there is. It's gone. Second blue is also gone. Vigur barely misses him. Picking up the second blue. Ooh, here comes baksteen through the teleporter. Vigur now not at a pleasant stack, but red will slightly save him. Baksteen has the higher health, along with a bit of armor as well. And now with that rail as well, he'll put Vigur on a very uncomfortable position. Vigur's up. Both blues are up. Second blue picked up by Vigur. So tries to go for the first one. Baksteen! Both get extremely a lot of damage. Vigur gets baksteen, but gets himself with the same rocket. That is what I call close quarter combat. And wasn't even a trade. That was just that was Vigur's own rocket denying his golden frag. Vigur still has control over red. He's not going to feel happy about that last confrontation now that baksteen still has control over Mega and 2 blues. Here comes baksteen around the corner. Loses all of his armor. Still has health remaining. Vigur doesn't look that much more promising either. A bit of armor to support him. Falls back on first blue. Just to get some pincer rails. Rockets are not hitting. Baksteen trying to go for red. Red has been up for a few seconds now. Vigur will concede that. Gets a second in a row on Baksteen. Misses the third one, however, goes back to the blue. Gets a rail by Baksteen. Ooh, but hits one back as well. Mega's up, that's going to be also Baksteen's. Vigur's got some pretty mediocre damage on him. Also, now picking up the red there. Baksteen's got very high stack. This should be his push, and that it indeed is. A very good push. Very nice two rockets. One pushed him nearly midair over the jump pad, and then the second one, perfect angle, direct hit. Very nice game between both players, in fact. That was a very, very tight game. We didn't see too much passive movement or anything like that. We saw both control and action. Now the second map should be Pavilion X. I failed to see who actually picked these maps, but that first map was already pretty even. And as soon as both players are ready, we'll be ready to start.
Game starts in 3, 2, 1.
And we're starting on Vigur's view. Fails the jump to the rocket launcher immediately, but still gets it. Gets red. Baksteen on Mega side gets one blue, one Mega. The only Mega. Vigur still also controlling his armor stack with the second blue. Baksteen is not looking good, cornered over there with little armor to go for, and even little health after that damage that Vigur already did. That's his first frag. But now it's Vigur's turn to be cornered in there, but both are in low HP. Vigur still has some armor left. Oh, that rocket from above by Baksteen. Still Vigur that gets the Mega. The small health pickups. There's some stack to go for, but not much armor. You catch two rails or even two rockets that are nearly 100% damage, then you are pretty much done for, especially now when you just lost most of your health to small rocket damage. The only thing Vigur has is 150 stack. Baksteen goes in for the Mega, misses the rail. Vigur hits his own. The second blue, Baksteen gets red. Both are very promising stack. Baksteen gets more shaft damage. Vigur doesn't manage to get pretty much anything. Decides to fall back and then get the blue. Vigur has a hard time climbing this, but he's still in the lead, so Baksteen still needs to score a frag. With all that stack, Vigur has the armor, has a little less health, but Baksteen only has a Mega health to back himself up. Quite a lot of shaft damage from Vigur. Teleporter exit will be on Baksteen's favor with that rail. Makes Vigur fall back. Red has spawned just in time for Vigur. Baksteen has the same health but no armor. Very little armor to say the least. Here's Baksteen. Tries to apprehend a few teleport exits. Gets a rail hit on Vigur, nice. Gets the mega controlled as well. Very nearly about to take the red, does take it. Vigur doesn't really even get him cornered there. He's at a very low stack, but still tries to deal some damage at the same time. baksteen pushing him down on the second blue. Now it's baksteen's turn to take that. Ooh, 9 HP remaining on baksteen. Oh, sorry, Vigur, and the baksteen pushes it, takes the mega, and then gets a tying frag on Vigur. Oh boy, that damage on Vigur. Even after the red pickup, baksteen manages to do quite a bit of damage on Vigur. Oh, third in a row. Pincer will hit Vigur. And balancing that stack a little bit. Direct hit, rocket hit, and then half that damage goes to the splash, and that's enough to kill the Vigur for the third time for baksteen. Really nice comeback from Vigur's first frag. Especially now, he still keeps steamrolling him down. Fourth in a row. Fifth in a row, still manages to get a hit on that very, very short distance between Vigur and baksteen. And that's indeed his fifth frag as well. Slightly rockets himself, still mega will heal him back to over 100. Ooh, what is that? Sixth? Seventh in a row, 100 damage. Yep. baksteen has outstanding rail accuracy. Wow, misses the 8. That would have been another 100. Put Vigur down to 50 HP. See, Vigur only sees the blue. Pushes in with the implosion Weeball, but goes way past him into the mega health. Vigur's at around 80 stack. Now that baksteen doesn't have many rail shots in a row, it's not going to deal that much damage. Vigur now going for the red. Still tries to get damage on baksteen, but he uses that pillar as cover very well, and Vigur gets all the damage instead. Dear Lord, baksteen, how do you do it? And in fact, that wasn't even his frag, was it? It was... Or did Vigur just suicide there? I don't know. But that was... Yeah, he lost a frag. Now it's baksteen 7-0. Third in a row. Fourth will miss. Vigur will still get a frag out of this. 70 HP. Oh, but baksteen rushing him down with that shotgun. Still keeps the 7 frag difference. Ooh. Shotgun is not enough to finish Vigur off. That is very low HP. baksteen goes low himself. Has some health to back him up, especially that mega. Second. Ooh, but the red is picked up by Vigur. Still has some health to second. baksteen only has 14 HP left. Doesn't want to be around near any pillars for Vigur's rockets or anything like that. Vigur misses the rail. baksteen gets some slight health pickups and the blue to pick up the stack here. Ooh, Vigur, how do you do that damage now suddenly? Vigur doesn't have the health advantage, but baksteen really doesn't have the stack advantage either. There's only at 87 HP, trying to go for yet at least a blue here. Vigur picking up with the first blue, baksteen over the second. Mega is up. baksteen knows it. Vigur sadly isn't there. Oh, he actually is. Here's baksteen, go for it. Mitigates a bit of that pickup with a rail. baksteen retaliates. Second won't hit on the teleporter sadly. First blue picked up by baksteen. Maybe picked up by Vigur. Ooh, and then he comes with a little bit less health, but the armor advantage is there. baksteen would be ready for a rail there, and he does land it, but only after Vigur picks up the Mega. The move wouldn't have mattered either way. Red is still Vigor's as well. baksteen at a very low HP. Doesn't even have armor anymore. Tries to escape, but Vigur goes after him, and there it is. His second frag would have been his third frag. I don't know how he lost that one. He somehow suicided. It's only 40 seconds before baksteen goes to golden frag, though. If he scores one more frag, it's going to be way less than that. Going to be imminent. Vigur has one ladder to climb here. baksteen goes for the first blue and gets nearly melted in the process by Vigur going around the corner. Now it's a real chase going after baksteen. Vigur catches a rail from baksteen, however, and will have to fall back to his red as well. That's his. Here's baksteen around.
Golden frag.
And it's golden frag for him. Oh, gets those rail shots while controlling the Mega. Pretty much excellently. Goes for the chase. Excellent damage with a rocket and the finish with the rail. That is baksteen's map. Whoa. He had pretty good control against, who was it again? Firebot in his last matchup. Now against Vigur, the first match was very, very close, but still won Bioplant. This map, however, I wouldn't be surprised if it was baksteen's pick. Pavilion X is 9-2 for baksteen. Very well played. We'll have a brief break before the next match, which will be in round 7. It will be Vigur against Lolme. And we'll be back in a few minutes, so see you around in a moment.